People will celebrate and congratulate you for being a young dad, but what they don't see is the loneliness and isolation that comes along with it. Now, in no way am I saying that it's a bad thing. Most of my videos that I make, I encourage, having a family and becoming a dad. I think it's a good thing. But I really want to make this video to shed light on the other side of it, give my personal experience, and also I've been getting comments and some emails about this topic because some of you guys are in the same boat as me, and I wanted to just talk about it a little bit and to, let those people out there that are watching this that are young dads, or really just dads in general, that they're not alone, and, it's normal to feel this way. And the real problem that I would say is everyone's out there, living in their 20s, and it essentially accelerates you because you have to figure out how to be a man, provider, and a protector, all while you're still becoming yourself. Myself, I'm still figuring out who I am as a person, right, while I'm doing all those things. And it's not a bad thing. It's just sometimes it can get overwhelming, and a lot of people that you used to hang out with, or just people, whether it's family, friends, just people overall in your circle, if they're not going through it or if they haven't been through it, I think it's kind of difficult for people to really understand. And it can get, lonely feeling and, feeling of isolation. But it's normal, right? The biggest thing for me, I think, is, losing connections with, friends who don't understand. And it's not just them, it's definitely me too, because I don't have enough time. I don't intentionally mean to push anyone away, but life just kind of happens, and people that are in my age group, they don't really understand, because most people I know, friend-wise, or just people in general, that's in my life that are my age, they don't have kids. They're not really even thinking about having kids. So it's kind of like foreign to them. It's a completely different way of living. And that, combine that with society, they'll praise dads in theory, but they don't actually support them emotionally. And why it feels so isolating is really because no one checks on young dads, especially. They just assume that you're handling it. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I don't want to be coddled or anything like that, but it's just the reality of it. And the reality of it is it can feel isolating at times. And along with coming with that, with the isolation, is because you outgrow your old crowd pretty quickly. Because again, when you're around people that don't know what it's like to, how it is with your day-to-day life. I mean, having a family and becoming a dad changes a lot of how your life works and operates, your day-to-day of your life. You have other responsibilities, you have other priorities to take care of, and that has to get taken care of first before, you can just go out and hang out with some friends, go out and do something, or, play Xbox with them. Just talking to them. It's, text, sure, you can text them, but it's, it's not the same thing as going out and doing something or hopping on Xbox and playing some games. It's not the same. A lot of it, you give everything to your kid and partner, and sometimes it feels like there's nothing left for you, no time for you. But I do think that's a good thing, and that's how it should be, because if you're not giving everything to your family, it's not going to work out very long for you, because the way it's, you essentially, you have to put them first. If you're not putting them first, and if you're going to put yourself first, you're never going to be happy, because I believe happiness as a man looks different than, I don't even like calling it happiness. It's more about purpose and reasoning and what motivates you and what pushes you and what drives you. Because when I think of happiness, the word happiness, I think of a little giddy kid doing things for the first time, new experiences, all those things, because they're a kid and they're new. they don't know the world. You know, everything is crazy. Like, it's like my daughter now, she's 15 months, and, you know, every, like, new thing she sees, she gets, like, crazy excited about it, you know? When you become a full-grown man, you know, the world, it's spelled... If you become rich, it's a different story. That's a different topic for another video. But the average day-to-day life of an average man, it's very repetitive, and there's no new experiences. There's no, you know, I mean, occasionally, yes, you get the little thing here and there, but day-to-day stuff, it's the same and it's repetitive. So what you rely on is, you know, making the people you love, the people around you happy, and that by extension will give you the happiness feeling, you know. But again, it doesn't look like happiness. It looks more of like having a purpose and, you know, living life with meaning. Because now on the flip side, the loneliness itself, to me, it's the weight of responsibility, and it's not weakness, right? That's your power. It's almost like superpower. You know, you're working on building a legacy. You're becoming a man that a lot won't become until they're 35, and you're doing it at 25, maybe even younger. Some of you guys out there that have messaged me, you know. So it's a good thing in the long run. It's tough during these times. You know, a lot of it, for me at least, is financially. Maybe some of you guys, it might be financial. Maybe it's some of you relationship-wise. Maybe you don't have the best relationship with the child's mom. And, I mean, that is a whole extra layer of toughness that you have to deal with on a daily basis. But, listen, I mean, it's part of life. At the end of the day, in the long run, it will mold you into a better man. No matter how hard it is now, you will get through it. As long as you just keep pushing, keep fighting, staying positive, and just keep trying to put them first. Obviously, if you're not really with the mom, if you guys aren't on great terms, you know, I get that's a little difficult, but I would always definitely put the kid first. I mean, that's what you essentially have to really do. And then, yeah, I mean, it's a tough ride. I mean, listen, no matter what age you're at, becoming a dad and starting a family will always change you. But I do think, especially in today's society, the way you're viewed and the way you're looked at and just the way economics are and finances and how the world is, it's definitely a lot harder to do it younger. But I don't think it's bad, and I still do encourage it. If you're with the right person, and if you want kids, I don't see what's the point of holding off and waiting super long. You know, if people say, oh, I got to get to know the person more. I mean, I don't know how much you can really get to know someone after, you know, what was an extension amount of time. I mean, so, I mean, I think, you know, like I said, if it feels right, I would do it. So, yeah, pretty much, I want to give some encouragement, really. You know, if you're a dad in your 20s and you feel alone, you know, I see you, you're not soft, you're strong. And in today's society, it's rare. But like I said, it's not a bad thing at all. And anyone that's on the fence about, you know, they want kids, but they're afraid if they don't think they're going to be a good dad, or they don't know how they're going to do it financially, I will always encourage you to do it. Again, I'm not saying just go out there and just bang the first girl you see and have a kid with her. No, that's a recipe for disaster. But listen, like, if you have a girlfriend, you guys are in a loving, committed relationship, and you guys both want kids, and you guys are in a decent situation, you know, financially, you know, I know that looks different for everyone, but I feel if you can support yourselves comfortably, it usually means you can bring a child into the world. It's not as expensive as people make it out to be. It's really not. You can take that from me. It's really not, right? It's truthfully not. You guys are going to be more expensive than the baby is. You know, that's something I've realized, that me and, you know, my fiance, we cost way more than the baby will. So it's really not the baby itself. It's the idea and the persona that's painted around having a kid that it's not an extreme cost. It's really not. In my opinion, it's not. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope anyone that's out there that's in a similar situation, I hope that this helped you. Please share some comments, share some feedback, your thoughts. Leave them in the comments down below. And, yeah, let me know how fatherhood changed you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.